chant mantra and get started. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we'll continue with life and teachings of Lord Chaitanya. The part 13th. Today we'll be discussing on arrival of Lord Nityananda and Advaita Acharya. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he started the Sankirtan movement in Navadvip, that time Lord Nityananda was actually in Vrindavan. We already discussed in the past sessions the pastimes of Lord Nityananda during his childhood and when he grew up, traveling the different holy places. Lord Nityananda, he was born in the Ekachakragram at the place, in the district of Bangladesh. His father was Hadai Pandit, mother Padmavati. They were pure-hearted Vaishnavas. Before Lord Nityananda's advent, the Ekchakragram there was a severe famine in the whole district of Bangladesh. But after Lord Nityananda's appearance, the prosperity reigned for all the people in that district. Lord Nityananda, he was actually the life and soul of his parents. His mother and father, they couldn't bear separation even for a moment from Nityananda. Nitai was their life and soul. So even if his father or mother didn't see him for one moment, that will appear to them like a yuga, like 12 years. Even when his father would go to marketplace, he would take Nitai with himself. And if Nitai was left behind, if his father was walking ahead, his father would turn back again, look if the Nitai was following him. When Nityananda was about the age of 12 years, one day it so happened that one of the sannyasis, a mysterious sannyasi, came to the house of Hadai Pandit. This sannyasi, to this day, nobody really knows who he was, where he came from. But he was a pure Vaishnava. He came and Hadai Pandit actually welcomed him with great respect and love. He offered him, honored his guest, and after the sannyasi took his meal, Hadai Pandit sat down with sannyasi and whole night they discussed the topics about Krishna. In the morning when sannyasi was about to leave, he told Hadai Pandit, I need to ask you one favor. And Hadai Pandit said, you shall have whatever you desire. Please let me know what you want. The sannyasi said, I'm a mendicant. I travel to different holy places, but I don't have a brahmachari assistant. So if you give me your eldest son, Nitai, as my assistant, then he can travel with me to different holy places. You will get to know about the different holy places. When Harai Pandit heard these words, they were like a thunderbolt for him, because he could never bear separation from his son Nitai. Though it was unimaginable for Harai Pandit to be separated from his son, he went inside to consult his wife, Padmavati. And Padmavati, being a chaste and faithful wife, she told Harai Pandit, "My dear Lord, whatever is your decision, that is my decision as well." Just imagine, in today's day and age, can we expect such a perfect understanding between husband and wife? Padmavati, she had given birth to Nitai, but she said to her husband, "Whatever you decide, that is my decision as well." So when Bhai Pandit, he actually started telling his wife, "I don't know, my son, Nitai, he has so much mood of detachment. He has an air of detachment in him. Because Nityananda Prabhu couldn't, he wanted to leave home and go and, join Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he knew that he could not sever the bonds of affection between his father and mother, because they loved him so much. So he made this arrangement. So Harai Pandit, he actually brought Nitai and he handed over his son. He handed over the hand of Nityananda Prabhu to the hand of sannyasi, giving him as a servant, as a brahmachari assistant. And Nityananda Prabhu, joyfully, at his heart, he was so joyful, he left with sannyasi. And Harai Pandit was thinking that maybe Krishna has put him in the similar situation like Maharaj Dasharath. For Maharaj Dasharath, it was unimaginable to be separated from his son Ram. But yet, when Vishwamitra Muni came, he fulfilled the desire of Vishwamitra Ram and Lakshman to Vishwamitra Muni. So Nityananda Prabhu left with sannyasi, and Harai Pandit and Padmavati, they were practically like the bodies without any life in them. When people of Ekachakra, they heard that sannyasi had taken Nityananda Prabhu, they came running because they all loved Nityananda Prabhu so much. They were eager to give away their own son to sannyasi and leave Nityananda Prabhu behind. But by the time they reached the house of Harai Pandit, the sannyasi had already gone. He disappeared. And nobody could find any trace of sannyasi or Nityananda Prabhu. So Harai Pandit and Padmavati, they couldn't eat, they couldn't drink. For 3 months, they didn't eat or drink anything. Only if anyone did not eat or drink for 3 months, they would probably die, but they didn't die. They didn't leave the mountain. But eventually, after 3 months, they gave up their life, not because of the lack of food and drinks, because of feeling immense separation from Nityananda. And they went back home, back to Godhead. So Nityananda Prabhu, in the company of sannyasi, he visited the different holy places, continuously traveling for 20 years. He went to so many different holy places. In the north, he visited Badrikashram. in the hermitage of Nandarayan Rishi. He went to Rishikesh, Haridwar, and so many holy places in north. Then he went to, western side of the India, going to Prabhas Kshetra, Dwarka, and went to South India, visited so many holy places in South India. So for continuously 20 years, Nityananda Prabhu was traveling, visiting different holy places. And finally he came to Vrindavan. He came to Mathura. In Vrindavan, he started living at a place called Sringiravat. The Vatavriksh, the Vatavriksh is banyan tree. So he started living under Sringiravat, waiting for Lord Chaitanya to begin his Sankirtan movement. And there he heard that Lord Nityananda had recently gone to Gaya and got initiated by Ishwarapuri. And now he has returned to Navadvip. So Nityananda Prabhu understood that this was the appropriate time for him to go to Navadvip. Because Nityananda Prabhu is none other than Balaram. So he left Vrindavan and he traveled to Navadvip. Nityananda Prabhu arrived in Navadvip and he went and hid himself in the house of one of a devotee of Lord Chaitanya. His name was Nandanacharya. If you have been to Navadvip, you must have seen the house of Nandanacharya. It's very close to ISKCON Mayapur, the temple that we have. Very close to that. And we come out from the main gate and walk toward the left, toward the Ghat, Kolur Ghat side. Just go a little further and you will see the Nandanacharya Bhavan on the left side. So that was the place where Nityananda Prabhu hid himself. Lord Chaitanya, in the meantime, he would assemble with devotees every day. One day, Lord Chaitanya was sitting with his devotees and he started describing them about the dream he had in the previous night. Lord Chaitanya told the devotees that yesterday I had an extraordinary dream. In the dream, a beautiful chariot from the spiritual world. It was a celestial chariot from the spiritual world. Came right at my doorstep. The chariot was having the flag, which was marked with a palm tree. And in the chariot was sitting a very colossal figure, very beautiful and attractive personality. He was wearing the blue garments, blue dhoti, and he was holding the plow and club in his hands. The chariot came and stopped right in front of my home, outside my door. And the person sitting in the chariot, he asked me, "Is this the home of Nimai Pandit?" And he repeated this 3 times. "Is this the home of Nimai Pandit? Is this the home of Nimai Pandit?" And I said, "Yes, but who are you?" He said, "I'm your brother. And tomorrow we shall get to see each other." Lord Chaitanya told the devotees, "I'm feeling in my heart some extraordinary, great personality is going to come to Navadvip. In fact, I feel he's already here." So Lord Chaitanya turned to Srivas Thakur and Haridas. And he told them, "Srivas, Haridas, Go and find this personality. So Srivas and Haridas, they didn't have any idea where to go. So they went out and they started looking in each and every home in Navadvip. They would knock at the door of each and every home and try to find out whereabouts of Nityananda Prabhu. So they went whole day traveling entire Navadvip looking for Nityananda Prabhu, but they didn't have any success. So evening they came back to Lord Chaitanya and they told Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we couldn't find the personality that you are describing. Lord Chaitanya smiled. Because nobody can find Nityananda Prabhu. Nobody can see Nityananda Prabhu unless he decides to reveal himself. So Lord Chaitanya knew the mysterious nature of Nityananda Prabhu. He smiled, he took the devotees and went directly to the house of Nandanacharya. Lord Chaitanya didn't go looking in different homes. He took all the devotees with him and went right to the house of Nandanacharya. And there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he saw Nityananda Prabhu. Lord Nityananda, as soon as he saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it looked like Nityananda Prabhu was drinking the beautiful form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through his eyes. Lord Chaitanya told Nityananda Prabhu, today I have attained the perfection of my life because I have seen your beautiful form. It's the perfection of my eyes to look at the personality like you. And Nityananda Prabhu told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I was traveling to so many different holy places. But wherever I went, whichever places I visited, whichever temples I went to, I saw the temples were empty. There were no deities in the temple. So I asked people, where is Krishna? Why the temples are empty? And people told me, Krishna had appeared in Navadvip. He has been to Gaya. Just now he has returned from Gaya. And he has inaugurated the Sankirtan movement. So if you want to see Krishna, you should go to Navadvip. And today, the real fruit of my visiting different holy places I have achieved by simply seeing your beautiful form. So in this way, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they embraced each other and the tears started flowing from their eyes. They were soaking each other with their tears. And all the devotees, they were filled with happiness. They actually started doing kirtan. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told Srivas Pandit that Nityananda Prabhu will stay in your home. And Srivas Thakur was actually very happy. Then Lord Chaitanya, he turned to Nityananda Prabhu and he asked him, Nitai, tomorrow we are going to have your Vyas Puja celebration. Where you would like to have your Vyas Puja? And Nityananda Prabhu, he turned to Srivas Pandit and he told Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I would like to have my Vyas Puja in the house of this Brahmana. So Lord Chaitanya turned to Srivas Thakur and told, Srivas, you have a very heavy responsibility. We will be having Nityananda Prabhu's Vyas Puja celebration in your home. And Srivas Thakur said, My dear Lord, there is no difficulty in that. All the ingredients that are required are already here in this home. By your mercy, everything is here. Only thing I need is the procedure. I have to find the book, which describes the procedure of celebrating Mass Puja. But that's not a big problem. I will get the book. So next morning, all the devotees, they assembled in the house of Srivas Pandit. And actually that evening, previous evening, Nityanand Prabhu, he had gone to take bath in the river. So when he went to river Ganga to take bath, he started swimming and he saw some crocodiles in Ganga. And he started swimming behind, trying to catch the crocodiles. And the devotees they became alarmed. They started screaming out, "Alas, alas, where he's going, where is he going?" And then the devotees, they actually told Lord Chaitanya, the guy is going behind the alligators. And Lord Chaitanya saw the devotees were in great anxiety. He told Nityanand Prabhu, "Nitai, come back." So as soon as Nityanand Prabhu heard this, he became sober and he started coming back. So he came back immediately. Nityanand Prabhu would always be obedient. He used to be always obedient to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So next day when the devotees assembled in the house of Srivas Pandit, they begin the Vyas Puja celebration. So they had all the necessary arrangements made, and the devotees assembled and they started doing kirtan. Then the time came to actually perform the rituals for the Vyas Puja celebration. So Srivas Thakur had prepared the altar where there was a picture of Vyasdev. And then he picked up a garland and he gave it to Nityananda Prabhu. And he told Nityananda Prabhu, "Please put the garland on Vyasdev." And Nityananda Prabhu looked at Srivas Thakur and he said, "So be it." So Srivas Thakur, after, Nityananda Prabhu said, "So be it," but he didn't put the garland on Vyasdev. So Srivas Thakur again told Nityananda Prabhu, "Please put the garland on Vyasdev." And Nityananda Prabhu said, "So be it." So after a few times when Srivas Thakur told, "Please put the garland on Vyasdev," and Nityananda Prabhu said exactly same thing, "So be it." So Srivas Thakur, he went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, "My dear Lord, your Nitai, we asked him to put the garland on Vyasdev, but he's not putting the garland on Vyasdev. He keeps repeating, 'So be it, so be it,' but he doesn't put the garland on Vyasdev." So Lord Chaitanya came up to Nityananda Prabhu. He told Nitai, "Nitai, put the garland on Vyasdev." And Nityananda Prabhu, he put the garland around the neck of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And all the devotees became so jubilant. And as soon as Nityananda Prabhu, he garlanded Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya became extremely pleased. And that very moment, he displayed his 6-armed form to Nityananda Prabhu. In the 4 arms, he was holding the symbols of Vishnu, namely Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. And the remaining 2 hands, he was holding a plow of Baladev. So when Nityananda Prabhu saw this beautiful form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 6-armed form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became filled with joy and happiness. He offered his prostrate obeisance to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then, after the Kirtan and Vyas Puja was completed, there was Prashadam distribution, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just to instruct everyone how much he loved Nityananda Prabhu, how dear was Nityananda Prabhu to him, he personally started distributing the Prashadam, Vyas Puja Prashadam, to everyone. including even the maid servants in the house of Srivas Pandit, was served by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prashadam, his own hands. So in this way, the Vyasa Puja celebration was completed. As we discussed last week, Advaita Acharya, he had left for Shantipur. So, when Advaita Acharya was in Navadvip before leaving to Shantipur, he was hearing from different devotees about Nimai Pandit's devotion and devotional ecstasies of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was hearing from different devotees. So he told the devotees that time. He said, some time ago, I was reading Bhagavad Gita and I couldn't understand one verse from Bhagavad Gita. So in order to understand that verse, to invoke the mercy of Krishna, I started fasting. Now this is actually very instructive. When we don't understand something from the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, then the proper way to understand is not simply speculate. Because Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. The instructions in Bhagavad Gita, they are not different from Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is Krishna's Vani. And in Krishna, there is absolute nature. That means in his Vani, in his holy name, in his pastime, his paraphernalia, there is absolutely no difference. So if you want to understand Krishna's Vani, Bhagavad Gita, or Krishna's pastime through Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita or any other way, then if we don't understand something, the proper attitude is to perform tapasya. Try to please Krishna so that we can understand. We can have entry in understanding the mysteries of Krishna and his pastimes. So Advaita Acharya told you, I started fasting because I wanted to understand the meaning of that verse. That night, one beautiful looking Brahmana, very effulgent personality, came to my dream and he woke me up. Advaita, wake up. Please give up your moroseness. Get up and eat. I will personally come and reveal you the meaning of this verse from Bhagavad Gita. But first, you must get up and eat right now. I got up and actually broke my dream. And as soon as I got up, I saw Vishwambhara in front of me. But within a moment, he disappeared. He was gone. So I don't understand the meaning of this. I'm getting up from the dream and I'm seeing Vishwambhara, and then Vishwambhara disappears. I don't know what is the meaning of this. But I feel in my heart that very soon we will be having the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Of course, later on he had, left for Shantipur. So Lord Chaitanya, he told Ramai Pandit. Ramai Pandit, he is brother of Srivas Pandit. Srivas, there were 4 brothers, Srivas, Shriram, Shripati and Srinidhi. So Shriram or Ramai, he was instructed by Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya told Ramai Pandit, Ramai, go to the house of Advaita Acharya and give him this message. The Lord whom you prayed for, the Lord for whom you fasted for, the Lord whom you wanted to advent in this world and deliver this, uh, you know, this population in the age of Kali Yuga. The love of Godhead that you wanted to bestow upon all the living entities through the descent of Krishna. The personality whom you prayed for, whom you fasted for, has appeared and he wants you to come. So Ramai, when he got the instruction from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in great joy or happiness, he left home. He didn't have any address of Advaita Acharya. But by Krishna's arrangement, he reached Shantipur and he went right to the house of Advaita Acharya. And he conveyed the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Advaita Acharya. And Advaita Acharya, he told Sri Ram, he told Ramai Pandit, in which scriptures does it say that Krishna appears in Kali Yuga? How can I accept that the Lord has appeared in Kali? When Ramai heard this question, in great innocence, he said, you already know all these things. Why you are asking me? All I have to say is, the Lord whom you prayed for, whom you fasted for, has appeared in Navdeep and he wants to see you. Without delay, you should come with your wife, with your children, and bring all the worshipping paraphernalia and worship him. So Advaita, when he heard this, he became filled with joy and happiness. He collected all the worshipping paraphernalia and taking his wife Sita Thakurani, his son Chaitanya, Achyutanand, and the whole family, he actually came to Navdeep. He told Ramai, I am going to hide in the house of Nandanacharya. Do not tell Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If he is Supreme Lord, he should be able to find me. So Ramai Pandit, very happily he went. He went to the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And as soon as he reached in the presence of Lord Chaitanya immediately told Ramai, Ramai, go to the house of Nandanacharya and tell Advaita to come immediately here. Ramai became so jubilant. Running, he went to the house of Nandanacharya and he conveyed the message to Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya became very happy. He came to the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Advaita Acharya, he came along with his wife and family and he worshipped Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He offered his prostrate obeisance and offered worship to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Lord Chaitanya showed his Shyamasundar, the beautiful Shyamasundar form, to Advaita Acharya. And he told Advaita Acharya to ask me boon. Advaita Acharya actually asked the boon from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, my dear Lord, you give benediction to, you bestow your mercy to everyone. You should give your mercy to everyone except the people who are puffed up or proud of their learning or high birth. And Lord Chaitanya very happily, he granted this boon to Advaita Acharya. So in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he pulled Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya to Navdeep, because the Supreme Lord, he performs his pastimes in the association of his devotees. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he actually started pulling all the devotees from different places. The devotees were born in different places, but slowly and gradually they started coming to Navdeep. And they all met Lord Chaitanya in Navdeep. So I think this will stop here. If anyone has any questions, you may ask. Okay. So if no more questions, I think Stop here. Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Vanchopasindu Pranam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namo